Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream where Tesla reported earnings today. And we're starting the stream looking at that chart because it makes sense. Where they had like a top beat and they missed on the bottom where everything was an EPS beat. But they fell just kind of short of revenue, I believe. And after hours, Tesla has fallen 5.26%. You can barely see it here, almost invisible. I'll show you. This is where my mouse is. You can see that is where the price is after hours, just really close to that 209 support resistance area. Below that is the abyss. Crap load of downside if you break that, where you were trying to break it, but you know. Yeah, it was Friday. You closed Friday, it was terrible. And then just Monday gapped up and pumped. And all this price action just before gapping down tomorrow all stays the same. There was nothing implying that sellers were exhausted yet. It was just you hit inflection points. Inflection happens even if it's only for a few days. So again, where you are now, 209. Breaking that takes you down another good 13%, and there's no question about it. What we know about Tesla on the weekly is how utterly terrible it is. A textbook, 3 falling peaks. I mean, one of the best looking ones that maybe I've ever seen in my life. Though, of course, it's not going to play out immediately. You know, it was confirmed last week, but so far is okay. But, you know, all the green today is all going to be gone. I mean, it's going to be at where it opened. At the opening bell, you know, the week, right? Open the week, you have opening bell tomorrow, and it's going to be at the same price. So that's not really good. 2 more days of trading this week. So you don't want to know what a measure move is. I wouldn't even go by a measure move yet. I think like, sure, there's the pattern itself, but look at the levels here. I mean, breaking 180, I think 180 is the big one. You know, that's 13% downside below 209. But that's the big one on the weekly, where if you're breaking that, so much trouble. I mean, you're talking about a 1272 at 117.63, a 1414 at 84.66, or any support fluid. Not really. I mean, yeah, maybe the 1272. Yeah, 1272 seems like it'd probably be the best target long term for Tesla. If nothing changes, no Fed pivot. Well, why would the Fed pivot? We're getting hot CPI numbers. Why wasn't the UK? Didn't they have another core CPI record or 40-year highs again today? So until that starts subsiding, you know the Fed's not going to pivot. So okay, I think we got a long-term target on Tesla at 117.63, a 1272, confluent with a swing high from July 2020, a swing low from September 2020, and that's it. Okay. Real bad. Very, very bad. It's okay. So we got a Bitcoin, which has been sideways, but reality, I think sideways right now is really, really bad. Sideways is like the worst thing you could ever do right now. Based on the fact that if you had some sort of bullish bias because you cared about the shark and the type 2 return and daily bullish divergence, the bids should have come in. They should be coming in now. They're not. They're not coming in. And altcoins low-key are getting wrecked right now. Front running, I would not be surprised. All right, you have the shark. It's not pictured. That's the bullish argument. Remember, we did a poll yesterday. A little over half of y'all think that the right angled ascending running formation bearish continuation pattern would prevail. And that means we would mark down substantially from here in time once the absorption of demand is complete. And then about what 45%, or you know maybe around there, think that this is what we would bounce here. In normal market conditions, it very well could, but I don't think these are normal market conditions. I think we have very dysfunctional financial markets right now. You're seeing it in currency pairs, bond markets, right? The yields are hitting insane highs. 30-year fixed mortgage rates are eclipsing 2008 levels and just hit a fresh today, 7.22% for an average 30-year mortgage. what, or, you know, the United States depleting the strategic petroleum reserves. It's like the highest level now. Like, in the dump, it's like we have the lowest reserves we've had in 40 plus years. I just think there's just so many bad things that can go wrong. The composite operator, all he has to do is tomorrow morning, before the market opens or even during the market, okay, go ahead and queue up something terrible happening with one of these companies or something going on with you and the crash, and you don't, right? So with that being said, that's why I'm thinking like the probabilities are that you just get wrecked here because the macro is so bad, but it doesn't mean that it can't rally because there's no certainties, as we had looked at yesterday on stream. An asset in very similar context, not like exact context, but similar context. Which one was it? It was Kroger, right? You remember the shark after the drawdown, just to reiterate for people that weren't here. There are times when, yeah, you go through these corrections. Oh man, it's so bad. But then the M shape develops, the identical M shape that Bitcoin has presented. But this is kind of, this makes more sense. There's so much demand at that 886 at the pattern completion zone. A rally ensues, a sell-off, but the sellers are so weak at that point that it's a very, very, weak sell-off. It doesn't even come close to rivaling the pattern completion zone. And then the Momo shifting structure develops, right? It's like kind of crazy how it was here, man. It was all here. And that's the stuff you're looking for, this type of price action correlation at these levels. And then on to all-time highs or whatever, or close to it. And then you got Bitcoin over here, asleep at the wheel. The same structure, very, very different price action. And that's why I don't think it's good. And while we're probably headed for lower prices, though it's not certain. Okay. Ethereum's down almost 2% today. I think we're just waiting on $1,000, $1,020, $1,014, whatever, the 886 of this massive bad pattern. I think we're just waiting. We okay on audio? Dude singing not too loud, obnoxious. Hopefully a little less obnoxious than me, but exactly visuals by Vlad. Are you able to hear it? If you're able to hear it and you're asking like, what is this music? Then it might be too loud. But yeah, context is important too, because yeah, it was bad. It was like, man, we could keep dumping, but the M shape, that 886 massive reaction. You got a reaction, but now where you should be reversing. No one's buying. No one is buying Bitcoin, and no one's buying altcoins really. Not collectively. I don't know, man. I can't help when they sing. It's not really something I can help. I can, but I don't feel like it. Okay, so Ethereum, I think you're going back to 1223 soon, whenever it's going to happen. And then once 1223 breaks, boom, it's going to be a nasty day. Could be in a couple days, a few days, a week. We're just waiting patiently for $1,000, man. I know. You're telling me. It's like I feel like a broken record. For the entire month, it's the same analysis. Nothing's changed. But guess what? The price hasn't changed at all on Ethereum. None. And that should tell you what's going on. After making lower highs, lower lows consecutively, you've now stalled out at a level where there might be some demand. Okay, you're at it. Buyers are propping the price up, but after they prop the price up, there's nothing, no demand. And it's very clear buyers relent. And now if you just go to the 4-hour, you can clearly see, as I discussed this yesterday, this is very real until it changes. And I just do this to help visualize, right? Look, you have these peaks. Of course, the context is terrible. It's so bearish, right? But the context locally is like, hey man, we got these highs and they're all about the same. Okay, same market participants, amount of market participants, right? But now it's changed. You just sold off and, made the lowest low intraday or intra candle. And then you rallied, and then unfortunately, when you rallied and topped out, it was lower. It was substantially lower than before. Oh man, that's not good. So we got distribution back on the table, and then all of a sudden you get confirmation that the distribution's back on the table. Right? This is confirming it. And that 200 moving average, how many times we got to see 200 moving average on time scale, the 4-hour, daily, weekly, 3-day get rejected before it rolls over again. My God, I hope it rallies, man, but just understand it's not good right now. I mean, you're talking almost like it doesn't, you don't have to plot it like this, but if there was, you know, dang man, it could have been like a rectangle with partial rises going on, or a descending triangle of sorts. The psychology of descending triangle is there, yeah. So with that being said, you got to believe that if this is real, then eventually this. I mean, that's what you got in store. So maybe a little bit of controversy on Bitcoin because of the shark and the type 2, and there was divergence, but every day that goes by where no one buys, you got to lose confidence more and more in this reversal at the shark's PCZ. And when you look at the second largest crypto in the world, where there isn't any controversy at all, there's none, there hadn't been all month, right? Well, we were up here. It's like, yeah, you'll go down here and test that level, but eventually, because we know the bad action magnet move was 1420 or so. Once that broke, we knew eventually 1020. Well, we're working on the eventually right now. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, dude. Okay, I can do that. Be patient, unfortunately, man. The butt hiding has gone too far, unfortunately. Gonna have to unmod you until we get this figured out. I can't really do that right now, can I? Okay. Remind me again. All right, that's Ethereum, BNB. You know, it's probably going much lower, but it's just in the middle of the range. There's distribution that we have identified, and it's been going on for days, weeks now. It still hasn't collapsed yet. I get it, man. Or just wait, dude. It's a buy wall, certainly at 260 going on, but hey, lower highs. So I just, even if you were bullish on this, wouldn't you want to wait for a better, more strategic entry than just randomly here? You don't want, I don't think you want to be messing with crypto right now. I'm just saying, but that's been the case all year, just about being long. Like, and the only time to maybe think about going long is like on the third failed breakdown of supports. Okay, I got it. That's about it. And then it rallied, but it was pretty trash. I mean, like the trade setup on Bitcoin this summer, right? It hit one of the 3 targets, and it was over after that first target. And that should tell you that's not a very good market condition, right? That's terrible performance. I think if you're hitting one target of 3, that should be testament to how crappy the market is. And what about the Atom trade setup that was posted in June or whatever? It took us like a month plus, maybe even 6 weeks to get the first target, but then like the second and third target got hit within a week or two after that. But I mean, come on, man. Like if you know how the system works here, what's taught in normal market conditions and pretty decent ones that are not so bad. I mean, it doesn't take that long for trade setups to hit targets.
2011. Ugly ass. Bye bye bond market.
What's up, Anonymous? Thanks for the 15. We'll look at TLT. Yep. Bonds Rekt. Oh yeah, man. I mean, of course. Just means that market anticipates higher rates. So people are going to wait for, you know, better yields. All right, we'll look at that time. So that's BNB. We'll go to XRP. That it can't be a surprise. It's down 3%, and here we go. This is nice, man. This is some TA respect. We've been waiting for it. Figured it was implied this was coming, and it really hasn't even played out all the way yet. I think you'll accelerate some when Bitcoin starts going down, but we had an argument for a reversal of the downside, not more upside. It was like more of an argument for downside than upside. right? An asset that rallied 70% in less than a month, confirmed a top, and on the second top, that second attempted rally, slightly higher high than the first high, there was classic Class A bearish divergence on the daily. Those are significant variables that imply downside probability over upside. So what you look for after those things develop, and the bearish engulfing candle was really the trigger. And since then, it's been doing relatively well. Hasn't fully played out all the way. I think if it did, you'd be seeing a full reset from the low, just a low here to the high. I mean, an 886 of 34 cents would be really playing out well. But yeah, I think like maybe the 618 minimum, right? Just the highs from July. So yeah, this is just kind of par for the course here on XRP, but it was a good run. It's just, this could all change tomorrow. I'm just telling you, right? What's been here, been implied, is playing out. T is being respected a little bit more every day. Go to Cardano, down 3.39%. Let's go. This is what we've been dreaming of for the whole summer. Not praying for it. I mean, I don't want Hoskinson Son to fail, but the technicals were all, you know, made a lot of sense. They went straight down to the level where we wanted them to be, but didn't quite touch it. It was like an open sneeze all summer. I was just all summer, and finally, as of a few days ago, was able to sneeze because it finally touched that level from April 2018, and now we've broken it. We've broken it, and you got to know when you break that level. Down, up, guess what? Down. There's so much downside. The long-term target's been about what, 12 cents, 15 cents. Yeah.
Can you check FDM/USD Binance Bear? It's already down a lot, but downside potential looks juicy. 0.0155596 ETH.
Yeah, we'll look at Phantom. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Cardano. I mean, it was one of the best telegraphed assets, I believe, because the weekly showed such a perfect structural development that implied more downside redistribution structure, right? So, okay, I mean, you are about to have in 35 minutes, Cardano is going to have its lowest daily candle close since the date of January 31st, 2021. That's pretty cool. I think that's awesome. You're running. You had, what is it? There are two things that happen on charts. You have consolidation phases and impulse phases. Look, here's your impulse. Here's your consolidation. The consolidation's over. So you're probably working on the a new impulse phase. And we got a lot of room to work with, don't we, based on historical price action between levels? Yes, we do. So good luck, Cardano. I'll have a little alert set up a little tighter so we hear the beep. It's like, whoa, we know what's going on. Let's go to Sol. That we know Sol was, just wait till 21 bucks because it's terrible and this thing's down 3.5% today. But dude, 2 days ago it was up 6%, man. Wow, just to merely backtest $31, I guess. Look, it was support kind of. Now it's for real resistance and catching follow through in it. Wow, you were really close. I mean, this is going to be the second lowest daily candle close on Solana of the entire bear trend. The second lowest, only second to the June 13th low that traders settled up to close at 28.60. You're about to close out at around 29.08. I mean, right? Hey man, remember you have your scrub rally, you dump, and then you rally, and it's a lower high, and it back. Look at the beautiful back, 37.37, bearish below 37.37. You run up to back test it to confirm its validity. Massive bearish and golden candle, and now what? Another lower high than the previous high, and yeah, there's just no demand. But a base of buying, but the base of buying's been broken. Now it's being formally back tested, and you're catching some follow through now. So you could, again, just 18 to 21 bucks. Just wait for it, because you know it's probably coming. I'm sorry, man. Like, again, it's like maybe I shouldn't even be doing crypto because it's just going to depress people. I'm not trying to depress people, dude. Again, if the chart was alt-eyed, we'd be speaking a completely different language right now. I'd be saying the exact opposite of what I'm saying right now. No supply, no sellers, just only bids. It's crazy. Buyers are in full control of this market. Formal bullish back tests of old resistance and support now. It's crazy. And you're catching fault, right? But it's not that. It's just the reality we live in right now. Come back in a year or two and we'll have that. We'll have all those crazy things going on like we had in the years past. Multiple cycles. Yeah, you gotta wonder, I think these altcoins getting wrecked like this, maybe it's front running, people getting really spooked. Oh, and I can't imagine, I bet today Bitcoin dominance, I mean, as of what, the past hour and a half? These alts didn't really start accelerating to about an hour, 2 hours ago. So we look at Bitcoin dominance. I know, what, dude? You didn't look at Dogecoin yet? We'll look at Dogecoin. Let's look at BTC.D. Yeah, guess what's about to happen on Bitcoin dominance in 31 minutes and 30 seconds. You're about to have the highest daily candle close since August 2nd. That's a breakout. I mean, you're re-breaking out. You already broke out, but you're breaking the high from October 4th, the high from October 13th. That's about to happen. And you know, based on history, there's a 100% chance that you see 46.77 next. 100%. And again, I'm not saying that's a 100% chance of happening. I'm saying based on historical data, that historical data has given us a 100% chance of seeing 46.77% every single time. Look, I mean, you broke above that level, you know, first time, okay. February 2018, straight up, okay, straight down. But then you test it, you hold it, okay? In the end, you rallied, right? Straight up to 46.77 and beyond. And then tested, you held, 100% chance. You go to that level, you sell off again and again. You sell off same level, boom. Sell off same level, eventually, boom, 46.7. So 100% chance. So if history repeats itself, you can only imagine what's going on. Bitcoin's getting destroyed, but altcoins are getting destroyed far worse. And I think based on what would happen on this, it's different every time. But I would think if that's happening this time, that's exactly what's happening to crypto. Okay, well now let's go to Doge. Right. Oh, total, should I look at total? Total, you care about supply lines, you're gonna be very happy. If you are just a moon boy that only cares about being bullish 100% of the time, not so good for you.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Price gonna dip.
So the formidable supply line that goes back to the very top of the bear market rally that lasted about 6 weeks in the crypto sphere, that high, and then another high in September, is now you've now got a third touch and a third respected pivot, and now we're rolling over after failing to break the 200 moving average on the 4-hour and the supply line. You got just an up thrust, but no time out. It's not about the breakout. It's about the back. It's about the follow through of the breakout. There was zero. So working on your lowest daily candle close since October 13th. Looks like that's unless some sort of miraculous rally occurs in the next 28 minutes, that's going to happen. And I'm thinking you just are targeting for 840 to 850 again, billion down here, these levels that it bounced off the first time. Okay, and then you create an M shape down there, an 886 all the way down here, and then say next A, B, C, D. Then we could talk, but I think until then you're breaking the BAMM, the bad action magnet. We're really testing it. So I'm thinking there is more downside. And wouldn't all this make sense if you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, what it's doing, you look at US dollar tether chart, what it's doing, you look at this chart, it doesn't all make sense that this is, you're about to go down 3%, $27 billion going to get wiped out from the crypto market, altcoin's going to get wrecked, hardest, Bitcoin gets wrecked some, and then we find our way here and Bitcoin dominance continues its ascent to 46+%. Okay. All kind of makes sense. So yeah, we'll go to Dogecoin because I have no idea, because it's the state of crypto when this is one of your largest crypto market cap coins in the world. You are only bearish until we get above 6.5 cents minimum. Until that happens, It's a no-brainer. There's nothing to even talk about. You're just waiting now for the bottom to fall out on Doge, and you'll eventually see 4.2 cents. And it's the only thing that really makes much of any sense right now, I think. I think you're working on a full reset from the lowest low, you know, in 2020 to the all-time high. I know you've already, based on how high it went, you know, Saturday Night Live, blow off top. I know it's already exceeded an 88% retrace, but I'm just thinking, looking left, you're below a level and you keep testing it as resistance, then fine, just wait it out until you see this next support, which again, 4.2 cents is
that a joint?
And that's it. Yeah, I get it. M shape, man. It hadn't even hit an 886, I don't think. So who cares? Yeah, I was close, but at least 5.4 cents from here. Don't think, I mean, contextually it makes no sense at all. This was buyer's attempts, right? We talking about 4 months of 2022. This was your bullish argument. That was it, chat. That was what they did. 4 months. 4 months. And remember, your previous high before you was way up here around 18 cents. If that's the case, that's telling you who offloaded the positions not getting back in. They're not gonna get back in here. This is not the area where most likely where I think the market participants that sold here are gonna be buying back. I just don't think this is the level. Yeah, there's just all this here makes no sense. It's twig and thatch, man. You've already broken one little level that I don't even, it's such bull crap. I can't even believe it's being regarded so well as support resistance. But it is, and you're below it. You failed 3 times to break it, so wouldn't you want a massive sale on this joke? What's a sale? On something like this. It has no intrinsic value, the utility, nothing. It's a joke, and Elon Musk likes it, and that's about it. But since Elon likes it, I think it's why it's up here still. If Elon wasn't behind Doge, it never would have pumped the way it did, and it'd probably be all the way down at half a cent by now. Okay. Good news, at least. Tesla announced today on their earnings report they have not sold any of their Bitcoin. Their 10,000 plus Bitcoin, which is cool. You know, it did nothing to the price. It's very similar to 2018, where the liquidity has been completely taken out of this crypto market. Many coins, no one's even making the market anymore. They're so illiquid. You see scam wicks, pumps and dumps, and that should tell you, man. And I don't think we're done. I don't think the capitulation's occurred yet. I know many assets, cryptos have lost 80, 90+% of their value, some 100%, some are at all-time lows, some, not all. But I think the ones that were at 886s, you just had 4 months of buyers attempting to develop an argument, and it manifested into nothing, a substantially lower high, and now you're all right back around those June, May lows. But miracles happen. So if you're, hey, you can win the lottery. The lottery in this situation I would be like, hey, buying Doge below a key level that has just failed to break thrice in a couple months, buying it now, and then it going up 100% or it mooning, right? That's lotto. That means like extremely low chance of happening. People can win the lottery though, right? Not where I live because it's illegal, but okay. Dot, only down 0.5%. Interesting. But regardless of how interesting its outperformance is today, just wait till 553, and once 553 breaks, wait till 359. Polkadot, okay? If Polkadot sees 553 or 359 in the coming weeks, months, nothing's gonna happen. No one's gonna care at all. No one, man. No one will care about DOT at 359. No one's even gonna know it's at 359. If you were bullish, you'd have reversed by now. If this thing was going to legit go to 1040, 1060, it would have happened at the Shark, at the PCZ. It would have held the support of spring, back test of spring. The falling wedge breakout would have performed substantially. It performed pretty bad in the end. You got a 50%, I believe, right? You hit the first target and the second target, right? If you measure a falling wedge from its high point to its low point, it is a universal, or there are two universal targets using Fibonacci, and it's 50% and the 618, just like PayPal. The PayPal trade set up 50% 618. What happened to the 618 on PayPal? It's reversing. Guess what happened to DOT at the 618? It reversed, and there you go. Two perfect examples of why the 50% and 618 are such perfect targets for falling wedges, because we just have two real world examples that just recently hit the 50% 618 and you never went any higher for reversing completely. Let's switch it over to the S&P 500. It had a meh day, you know, it gapped down, then ran to fill the gap, and then sold off, and then rallied pretty close to its open. Not necessarily a good day, and I would imagine that Tesla will have an impact on the way we open tomorrow on these index funds. But yeah, for now, you know, finally a fruit fly above 35.88. You're above it, man. So still holding the support. But you did finally fill that gap, kind of, right? From Monday. Hard to have much of any faith in these markets right now because the macro is just so terrible. You've broken no supply line on this one, like I think a couple other ones did, right? The Dow Jones. Yeah, the Dow Jones did break its supply line. I was only down 0.33%. It will be interesting to see if we get a formal back test of 29,564. If we can hold it, and then we rally after, or what? It's earnings season, man, and we just had a massive wave down, like a nasty wave down. So anytime you go nasty wave down, you wave up. It's probably going to be a shorter wave up. But we'll see. I mean, it's just no movement, man. Like an asset that we looked at yesterday, and now we look at it today, it's only down $100, 100 points. It's okay, cool. That's your update. The same thing as you're above the pre-COVID crash highs for now. So great, awesome. Reiteration, man. Again, this is the empathetic. This is the tough time for the content creator, for the streamer of financial markets. This is the tough time because it's. Look at these index funds. Look at Bitcoin. Look what it's doing for so long. NASDAQ down 0.85%. It's kind of in this weird spot, right, where it's below 10,823, but it's kind of above 10,523. I would think in time you're going to test 9,800. Just not sure when. And again, you had that just big wave down from the top to the bottom. I mean, you lost 24% of your value in 2 months. That's just when that happens, you can get small waves up. Look, you never broke this either. So the Dow Jones broke its supply line, but the S&P and the NASDAQ haven't. They failed. They actually failed yesterday to break that supply line, as you can see there, right? So no breakout. But there was triple bullish divergence. It was really pretty. Not performed that great yet.
Stream support.
Well, what's up, Todd, man? Thanks for the 5 super chat and the certain support of the channel. There's 100% crowdsourced, no advertisements, no affiliate marketing, right? No monetization via YouTube. You don't watch ads, and if you do, it's a stream with over 10,000 views, and I have copyright music, so they forcefully put ads on those streams. But good news for you is none of my streams go over 10,000 views ever, and maybe never will again, based on what these markets are doing. So no ads. Fantastic. So it's like reliant on crowdsourcing. So here's Russ 2000 that was really pretty, you know. Broke the supply line as of today, has formally back tested it, but man, I'll tell you, that's pretty effing close to a bearish abandoned baby already. Are you kidding me? That right there, not good news. You don't want to gap up, create this candle, and then gap down. You don't want to do that. That's bearish abandoned baby stuff. Not even kidding. Failed to break that 1775, didn't it? So maybe just range bound, but You're fine like a fruit fly as you're attempting to backtest 1717, which was your pre-COVID crash highs, January 2020, right there. You fell back below the 2018 highs, and now you're trying to hold on. But man, I'd be real. That's so ugly. How are you gonna be abandoned babying here? It's like evening doji star too. If you don't call it a bearish abandoned baby, you call it an evening doji star. It's just not good. It's a terrible candle. And the gap down and follow through today, I think, validated it. Down 1.72%. Yikes. Worst of the four. And hanging on by a thread, as you can see. Supply line and horizontal line tested at the same time. Okay. Gold's nice. Very, very nice. Love it, dude. I mean, do I love it because I want people to lose money? No. I love it because I believe in traditional technical analysis. I understand the Tower of Baradura is being built. Okay. I know what inflection points are. You broke back above it briefly, turning, which only turned into a lower high than the previous highs. And then you came for a backtest and completely, utterly failed to backtest the level that should be a support as supported. In fact, it broke it and then became resistance 3 days in a row. I was live for these days, right? Yeah. Live every day looking at gold and say, hey, bearish backtest, bearish backtest, bearish backtest, follow through. Now we're catching a bearish engulfing candle. And this is where we could accelerate because there's no historical support looking left at all. Thinking this is where you're about to be making lower lows. Okay, so have your alert set up for the gold implosion, where it's got a lot more downside, if you can believe it. Yeah. Sorry, gold. Buyers tried. They truly did. They tried August 2020. They made all-time highs. Good for them. Then a big old correction sell-off, then double bottomed in August 2021, and then the attempted rally. The attempted rally in March. And clear failure, sold off lower high, began to mark down, and now it's kind of it. Like, you had a chance here. If you fell below 1800, it was over, because that was when we knew there was the argument for accumulation was over. It ended. So that's when you knew we were beginning probably double top, probably a massive, ungodly double top. And here we are. 1800 was the last defense. Because it was an M shape, it was still maybe higher lows than the previous. Didn't matter. Once it broke, it was done. It was completely over. Silver, I think it's done. The monthly tells you all you need to know. It's fugly. Daily is not pretty either. I mean, what is this? You're just confirming way less market participants than before and before and before. It's almost bearish canary getting set up. I think you go test 1735 eventually. And then once that breaks, 1585. But I'm thinking long term, yeah, this could take half a year or a year. But I'm thinking eventually when it's all said and done, $14, 1387 on silver. It's just going to take a while, man. You're going to have ups and downs every day. But look what has been true, the trend. And it's lower highs, lower lows. What I loved today was seeing copper finally do something that made sense. Like copper, I love it because it's fine. Like, hey man, what are you doing? Why are you hold like classic distribution, redistribution after a bear market rally? And now the confirmation line will soon be tested. I have an alert set up. 329. When 329 breaks, that is the break of the confirmation line of the 3 falling peaks, bearish continuation. Oh, I guess it could be a bearish reversal. Whatever. It could be both. But when this level breaks, it's another levy, and a $3 target is in store for you. So it's a beautiful pattern. You gotta love it. What the market makers are doing to this. When it breaks, I think you got almost 10% downside on copper futures. Excuse me. Okay. So the 3 falling peaks soon to be confirmed, because the second valley of the 3 falling peaks is what we call the confirmation line. So we're about to have confirmation, man. The line of confirmation, bro. I know, dude. Yeah, if you request something, remember how the requests work. I do across the markets. The stream is called Across the Markets. So I go across the markets to give people that are watching with limited time, if they want to know about like the top market cap cryptos, the index funds, possibly a handful of individual equities that something happened to them that day. And then we look at commodities. I'll do that at the beginning of the stream, and it normally takes a little while to get through them. But I do that because people like, structure, and that's kind of what I've been doing for a long time. It's like, we look at them all if we can. We tried to. Okay, so we just looked at your big metals. Fortunately, platinum. I think platinum's in a lot of trouble too. I think buyers are stalling out. Look, a lower, that's what's so crappy, man, isn't it? Like a lower high, get all these lower highs than the previous high, and the previous high, and the previous high. Oh man, it was so close. We were showing accumulation, now distribution. But remember, it's like if you're doing this neutral stuff, scroll out a little bit and understand. Oh, bear trend, not bull trend. Okay, so the neutral has probably got a hue of bearishness to it. So normally double bottom like that, the higher low. Hey man, things should be exploding higher. But all platinum ended up doing was falling below a key level. Look at this. We're talking goes back to 2015, 2016, 2017, right? A bunch of times, 2019. It's been regarded. And then recently, 2021, 2022. Many years, this level's been important. You just fell below it today, not yesterday, today. And you can see the momentum locally shifting. But the problem is, you can see that, but what gives you more confidence to believe more downside is because all of these local highs, even though it's not much, are lower than this high. And that lets you know the distribution is continuing. We have continuation distribution on platinum, on copper, on gold, on silver. Got it? Metals, bad, bearish. Sorry. Hey man, if I flip the chart over, we talk about something else probably, but okay. Look at U.S. oil that had an up day, but then it gapped down. It closed today a couple hours ago at 85, 87, but it says it's only down 0.02%. I don't know if that's even accurate. It says down 2 cents. Weird. Are we singing? Downtrend continues. Below $87 equals $78 to $75 again. I think there's kind of hidden bearish divergence that's still going on. Never hit that 886. That could be testament to how bearish this thing really is. It all started with the bearish shark pattern. And here's a fractal. It's just like a continuation W. And if you're just thinking about Fibonacci and cycles and stuff, you can't be surprised. It's like looking at we're almost just looking at a semiconductor stock a few months ago, say 4 months, 5 months ago. That's where we are, right? If we look at this chart, right, the low, the high, the COVID crash to the highest high after that, it's only just begun, kind of. Just go to like Nvidia for some perspective here to understand. Like you had the big run up, and let's just say this around here, that's kind of where we are on US oil, somewhere here, right? It's just kind of the beginning of the reversal. Oh, look at it, a W shape. Thing was up 0.7% today. It's down 0.33% after hours, and it's holding for now, holding above 117. And it could be, since it is an inflection point, it's exactly where some sort of short-term reversal could happen. But if it does break, there is one target and one target only for Nvidia. Below 117 equals 73.71. And what is that? Oh, that's just a, no big deal, man. Only 36% downside when this level breaks. Same with AMD, same with many other semiconductors. US oil had a nice run, didn't it? But now it's kind of like over. The trend has reversed. Still, I mean, the trend had reversed on oil. Let's go. Hey, great news. You care about traditional technical analysis. You really care about this. Look at UNG. Fantastic. I think we might have hit, we're very close. The measure move, I believe, is around 117. We could measure it here just for fun. This is fun to you. Hey, man. We should be friends. Oh, mother of God. As of today, or yesterday. As of yesterday, it's happened. Jesus chimes for UNG, slanted, head and shoulders, textbook, officially, you know what? UNG has officially achieved the 100% measure move of the structure. It broke out of, and you got a luxurious bearish back test of the neckline, the slanted neckline. And here it is, today, exceeding it, outperforming. Nice. We did it. It's right. Here's big. Beautiful. But be concerned. Be very concerned. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this was the argument ever since everything developed. When it was the 16th of September, 19th of September, this was already identified. Okay? It's, unfortunately, I'm just going to start calling it the Luna fractal. I don't know. It's like Bitcoin almost, too. But look, man. It's the same picture in ways, except one was slanted, one was just horizontal neckline. Once that neckline broke, bye-bye Luna, it went to zero. But it's about that rally, it's the big sell-off, the attempted rally, and then the attempted rally, okay, it's confirmed, there's no more demand, and then the lower high, and then that's it. But yeah, UNG, man, like you go into UNG and you just look at it for a second, okay? You just look at from, let's just talk about March of 2022, way over here, to now, right? It's just like Bitcoin. Look at this, okay? You remember in early 2021, what kind of stuff developed on Bitcoin? We had these stalling highs, then the sell-off, and this was 30K, and then this was 69K. Bro, why? Why do we have people singing? Dude, I'm about to... Sorry. Okay, sorry. So just think about, in smaller context, the UNG chart, right? This was March 2022 for natural gas. Then it was these stalling highs, 3 of them. UNG got 4 of them. But then here we got a lower high instead of the higher high before the dump, right? Then UNG bottomed out. Bitcoin bottomed out 30K, then rallied. And then instead of a head and shoulders pattern that developed, we just had a standard higher high double top. And then anything below 57,533, it's over. Probably going way lower. You did. You went way lower. You break a support resistance and confirm it as resistance, probably going down. Unfortunately, that's what Bitcoin's been doing. At 19,891, 19,650. It's all it's been doing. Regarding old levels as resistance. It's not good. It's not what you want. So anyway, it's like the structure, right? It's the big old high, sell off, the attempted rally, slightly higher high, and then so on. UNG, Luna, Bitcoin. They all had it. Their own ways. Some other chart has it too. I can't remember which one it was. Someone had to jog my memory. I'll look at too many charts. Crazy stuff happening on commodities, on a couple of them anyway. We have fresh highs on live cattle futures. You will eat the bugs. Live cattle futures. Look at this, chat. Multi-year highs closed at 149.35. The highest daily candle close on live cattle futures, technically since the date of August 11th, 2015. Sorry. But hey, it looks like you're headed towards that bearish deep crab pattern completion zone target of $153. Don't know what else is going to really stop it. I mean, there are a couple peaks up here. There are, you know, think about a full 886 though, probably in the 160s somewhere, I would assume or imagine. From the high up there to the low be a big old, like mega sized bearish shark pattern. Talking about, I'm going to show you on a chart, the X, the A, the B, and the C, and then the D. The 886 is 160, 195. That's probably a good spot to think live cattle futures are going. Okay. Another one that was just gangbusters. Instead of it being a, this is just a crab pattern, not a deep crab, just a standard crab pattern. Excuse me. I don't know why I said deep crab. But then you have orange juice. What pattern? It's a butterfly. Oh my God, it's the holder, man. Boom, dude. Boom. Cheers.
Crypto_hoarder tipped $102.84. Hello. Hope everyone is having a great week. 0.080000000 ETH.
Week's going pretty well. I mean, you know, as well as it can go with market conditions. So hey, man, we're going to dump. Let's dump. Let's crash. Let's go, man. Circuit breakers. Let's do it. I'm ready. I've been ready a whole lot. But this whole, well, Bitcoin's like the same price it was yesterday. And then the day before, the same price, it was June 18th. It's tougher. You know. But life's good. Life's great, you know. Certainly. Thanks, man. Session Top Jesus. Of course, what's new? You are the king. So yeah, I think orange juice futures, remember what happened. I'm going to reiterate this every day. It was the lowest yield of oranges since 1949 or whatever. So this was, I mean, that broke maybe October 11th or 12th, and look, it's like, yeah, you probably, based on that alone, you're probably going higher, and we're going a lot higher. So orange juice, min boys, live cattle. So what do you think about eating your steak and your orange juice? If you want to feel really, really posh and bougie, get a glass of high pulp orange juice and get yourself a nice ribeye or New York strip, whatever, or prime rib. Do it. Because right now, they're hitting multi-year highs together. Okay, Jesus chimes. We did it, man. Bearish. Hold on. Here it is. An old candle is closed. A new candle has been born. Rejoice. We've done it, man. Amen. Okay. Let's go to it because, you know, we do is the look on the 8th, so top of the hour, we get a Bitcoin, Ethereum. And here it is. Oh man, your lowest daily candle close on Bitcoin since October 15th. Wow. So crazy. But just remember, what are the most recent discernible events that I can see on the daily? Just use the arrow to point to them. And it's multiple formal backtesties of the 2017 cycle top candle high close and just the high. It was also tested formally as resistance December of 2020. It truly did test it. And when it tested it for the first time since it was created, it dropped 12% easily before rallying and breaking good into all-time highs. Yeah, I get it. Different market, right? The momentum was certainly with the bulls. Higher highs, higher lows, Wyckoff reaccumulation. Man, that was fun. Jumping across the creek. Only the real ones will remember this. The jump across the creek, the small bullish Gartley. Oh, so good, man. Then when we dumped, we still made a substantially higher low, and then we got all those news-driven catalysts. The composite operator was our friend. He was a bull. Composite operator had horns on. Didn't have bear paws. So this is where we are. You cannot find any solace in owning Bitcoin below this level, especially when you're below the level and you're just back testing it and reconfirming its validity as resistance. I mean, that's real. So say tomorrow you break it and we get above it and we hold above it and we stay above it. All right, we might be onto something. But until that happens, you can't be bullish. You just can't. So those are the events. And then before that, you had a scrub rally. What was it? CPI report or something stupid. One stupid news day. It pumped again, man. But this low, you know, was okay. Lower. Or this high was lower than this high. This high was lower than this high. So what is that telling you? People are exiting. They're quietly, subtly exiting, but there just happens to be so much demand here that buyers have been defending 19,000 or 18,950, whatever. I think, like, you just gotta believe, man. Like, I mean, you're just not gonna be. Composite Man's just does not want to give you that much time to acquire a strategic long entry. He just doesn't want to give you that much time. It's not that. It shouldn't be that easy. It should be like, oh, for over a month, I can just buy Bitcoin and it's gonna explode higher. Price action, not really doing that. So I would think, you know, the poll, we have a slight majority down next, not up. I have to be with the slight majority on that, which is all this. You'd think this is coming next, but how when the VIX is breaking down, kind of? Is it below 30? No, VIX is at 30.77. Didn't have a really good day. It's testing this 31.24 resistance. It keeps failing every freaking candle. So yeah, man, that's your update. That's your local on the 8s. I think around here, this is where, hey man, the bids should be coming in. Hey, we're breaking above 20K. All right. Then, you know, back test and then gone. Right. Then, like, you know, 6 days, a week, and it's massively pumped to 25K. And if you weren't able to get in at these areas that were way more strategic, right? You missed out. You get punished for sitting on the sidelines too long. Okay. But the problem is those bids never came. They didn't come in like they did in 2021. They just didn't come in. You had very little time to identify the engulfing candle at the key inflection point before the run to the top of the range. That should have already happened. Wow, what are we doing here, man? What are you doing? Ethereum's just, you know, your standard, well, like, okay, wait till $1,000, $1,014, and you'll be fine. The analysis for a month. All right. Let's just go to that request. It was only two requests. So the first one was for anonymous, and that was the TLT. It's the TLT, man. Oh my god, dude. It is just horrid. Horrid. Reached a key level today. Wow. So it was a high on the TLT in June of 2003. It was also a high in June of 2005, a high in 2007 and 8. You get that, right? As of today, for the first time, not yesterday, I'm talking today, you have breached that key inflection point and closed below it. Look at the price action you got yesterday. Oh my god, we bounced off of it. It's the bottom in. Wind Moon, gap down, destroyed, down almost 2%. 20-year Treasury bond. So you'd think, based on historical price action between these levels, nothing but waiting until $88 maybe. Look at the swing lows. That's the level of inflection. So where it is right now, only you got 8% downside on a 20-year Treasury bond. 8%. Breaking form of support today. Bearish breakdown. Great request because of the significance of today's price action. ZK, I don't know, man. I think YouTube's censoring XRP contributions cab up. Let's go to FTM. Next request. Okay, we have a significant development today on FTM.
XRP launched to lead the altcoin rally. Maybe too optimistic, but I see it. What do you think? Appreciate you.
What do you mean XRP launch? You talking about XRP disrespecting the TA and not catching follow through after the daily bearish divergence and the double top, and the 70% rally in less than a month? Talking about the price launching, or are you talking about something else? No, I don't think XRP would make all other altcoins across the market rally. It's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin can do that. Bitcoin would and always does do that, but XRP, no. XRP is not what it was in 2017, 2018, where, oh yeah, it's the second and third largest crypto market cap, oh, rivaling there. It's not like that anymore. That was, you know, ZK, unfortunately, 2018 XRP Moonboy just tipped and he wants his tip back kind of situation, right? But I am grateful. I'm just kidding, joking, but about that. But you know what I'm saying. So okay. Thanks, dude. FTM. What did it do? Made its lowest daily candle close since July 24th or 25th of 2021. So we're talking about almost a year and a half lows. The lowest daily candle close of the entire bear market for FTM. The lowest one, man. Not like, oh, it's rivaling it. No, it closed lower. So yeah, you can plot an M shape here. Yeah, a shark 113. It's at 100%, so it's already exceeded the 886, and it could go to the 113. Yeah, you could plot it. I mean, sure, man, I'll do it to make you feel good and stuff. But look, 100%. No, 113. If you're going for a shark, I hate 113 sharks and bear trends, man. It's like, oh, you're just making another lower low. So what happened? Maybe it reacts there and does something like stupid like this, and then just after that collapses. You know, okay, great, man. That's probably what you'd get if you reacted to 113. Hey, oh man, it's so bearish. You probably want to make a 50% for a bearish 5. It would be like a bearish 380. But I'm thinking the eventual target. I mean, you tell me. Am I crazy here for saying it? But remember, it was like a straight line up one time, and that was it. But now the party's over years later, and you are poised to break 18.5 cents. And I think when that really breaks, the reckoning. Yeah, you got this one low. I got it. That was the day that Bitcoin was also like making its lowest lows in half a year and stuff like that. It was bad. And the rally after. Okay, you're not going to get that this time, probably. And so I'm just saying below 18.5 cents. Eventually, you got about 69, let's just say 70% downside on FTM once 18.5 cents breaks. All right. Already down a lot, but downside potential looks juicy. Oh, it does. It's crazy, right? It's like, man, you should be looking to long here, but context is so real. Okay, that was your last request of the day, right? 2 requests. No demand, man, right? Gotta love coffee futures that made fresh lows today. Lowest low, intraday lowest low since September of 2021, but had its lowest daily candle close since October 5th, 2021. So very good. The analysis, we've been covering coffee, paying attention to it, a little flabbergasted by its tenacity and inability to really accelerate its move down, because it had to just 3 or 4 plus different times had to go test this new buy wall setup at like 236. But we were fortunate enough to identify the Momo shift below the 200-day moving average, and that was when it's like, hey man, this looks really primed for much lower prices now. And it's finally doing it. It's finally catching the follow through. Look, that was beautiful there. Really good looking stuff on 4 hour especially. That's inverse moon, man. God, flip this chart over. Very similar type behavior, man. You're talking about all these higher lows and the previous lows, and then this happens. Gorgeous. I don't eat bugs. I don't know, dude. Good rice that had gapped up yesterday. Today, not so much. I think that gap will fill pretty easily. But man, how gorgeous is this, right? How spectacular. I mean, it's a dream. For so long, it's like, oh, nothing, just only going up. But now it hit that 886, and that's what you get, right? This is extremely similar to a Bitcoin situation. It really is. Oh, massive downside all year. Bitcoin, Rekt, down 70%, 75% from its highs, stuff like that. And then the M shape presents itself. Type 1, type 2, bullish divergence on the daily. Okay. Well, Bitcoin can't even break the neckline of the potential double bottom, which would have been, my God, it would have been like 22,700 in this situation. But instead, Bitcoin decided, in this situation, to just go sideways. Instead of rallying like Rice Futures has, Bitcoin's just doing this. And that's not good, because that means, hey,
Moon
probably.
Boys don't seem to be present tonight. Let's have a look plus dusk. Respect the T/A. Bread.
What's up, Unemployed Baker? Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll look at the T at bread. Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. Fish Blunts. He was like streaking, man. It was going to be the first one. We couldn't do it. Yeah, I agree. I think like you have like an expiration. 30 bars, whatever Scott Carney talks about. You can't just do, because the outcome probably end up this way. Just like, not as similar, but PayPal had a great example of extension harmonic way up here, and it's like it was beautiful. Beautiful bullish crab pattern. But what was the consolidation after it hit the pattern completion zone? Just a bear flag, a legendary bear flag. And so, hey, I've identified a bullish harmonic, but it's not really that bullish. It's just like you're just going to maybe pause here for a minute, catch a breather, reset the oscillators, and collapse again. Oh, and by the way, PayPal. I get it, dude. Hey, it's only down 0.96% today, but dude, this thing is beautiful. Someone will be like, dude, this downslope and consolidation. In this context, though, I can't really, I can only be bearish on PayPal right now. Remember, it was a 50% 618 falling wedge breakout. It was perfect. And now it's classic distribution. 3 falling peaks. Extremely similar to... Bro, is PayPal and copper the same chart? It's pretty close in ways, right? So what does that mean? Commodities market, you got distribution going on. Equities market, you got distribution going on. People are distributing. They're exiting. They're exiting the market. They're trying to be quiet about it. They're not trying to create a crazy ruckus and freak people out yet. We'll go to Pulse Doge chain because that was it, man. I was like, the request. Hey, it finally dumped. Nice. Not really. I don't. So like, yeah. I mean, you can't go up every day. So that truly, I'm just saying, and I don't even know how this is really possible in the crypto market. This 24/7 never closes because you can't get technical, true dark cloud covers or piercing lines because the market doesn't close. But somehow on this chart, it happened. Somehow, in the millisecond, nanosecond between the close of yesterday to today, it opened higher. It opened at 723 and pierced through 50% of the previous candle. So again, can you even value it as that, as a piercing or as a dark cloud cover reversal? I guess today we'll find out, because if we catch follow through, I think if we close lower or we don't even if we don't invalidate this candle, I think we have a real dark cloud cover somehow, which is a reversal. And it's a reversal candle, and you are back below that high from early June of this year. So we have now identified a dark cloud cover, Japanese candlestick reversal somehow on Pulse Doge chain, and that's it. So let's see if it catches follow through. The trend's still fine, right? You're making higher lows. You're running, I mean, this could go to 452 and back test it and hold and still be fine, really. I think as long as you stay above like 410, you're probably in good shape for more upside, but just a nasty candle. All right. And some really bad stuff today happened under the hood. This stock called Generac Holdings, which is electrical products. Okay, it was already ruined. It was over. It was destroyed. It was really 3 falling peaks in ways. Right, you had 3 very formal lower highs, or you had 3, peaks that were lower than the other. Okay, so when it broke 202.80, it was over. And you had a gap fill. You filled the gap and rallied for a day. And earnings, highest spike of volume on an earnings report today since March of 2021. This is probably a breakaway gap. So you're talking about a bubble popping? This one did it. Probably soon going to test the COVID crash lows, and then $62 after that. It's a bubble, and the bubble popped. It can't get any worse, and then it does. Drops 0.25% in a day. It's not a crypto. God, 14-year highs on yields. 10-year, 2-year, 1-year, 30-year, right? All killed it. Generic. Well, you're probably going to get laid off, Cody, unfortunately, with this price dropping like that. And I think that's the whole point of the Fed, what they're doing, right? They need all these companies to do full resets and beyond. The bubble needs to pop so they can lay off workers, which they're doing. It's just a matter of time. I'm sure Generic will be, if they haven't already, are going to be laying people off or hiring freezes. How's this company not do that? But hey, guess what? Carvana hit fresh lows today. Lowest lows since 2017. And soon to be testing 1239, which is a valley back from November 2017. That's the next target on Carvana. Disgusting, down almost 20%. And it wasn't even earnings. It was just cuz. It was just cuz Carvana is a trash asset. And people finally woke up to it. Hey, look, it looked like Generic before collapse. It was a little fractal. Generac. Sounds terrible. That's okay. Doesn't have to sound good as long as they have good products, but evidently it doesn't matter what their products are. But wait, there's more. Oh God. The Chinese stocks collapsing, like going through an actual crisis. NIO soon to be testing the 886, the massive 886. Well, you'll be testing 981 first on NIO. I know it's really bright, isn't it? But once you break that, then you go down to $6. So you're talking 50% downside. But yeah, this will happen, right? I'd identified a really nice bullish deep crab. It reacted and reversed, but the reversal manifested into the same high, and then you were just stalling, and then you rallied, made it, and then when you back tested that 200-day moving average, is what it is. Like, this thing's gonna collapse, man. This is the performance we're looking for in bear trends. When you identify a bullish pattern, when you get price action like that just leads on, doesn't really go anywhere, no acceleration, that's you should know. It's a litmus test. Market conditions are still bearish, so a bullish pattern can't really perform. And you were lucky enough that it was reliable, but sometimes they're not even reliable. Sometimes you'll hit the 886 and you're collapsing before you can even say 886. So meltdown. Not just this. What about IQ? IQ was another. Oh, it was beautiful. The bearish shark at the inflection point. It was pretty much perfect, and now you're collapsing. And did it happen? Was it real? It was so close. God, third lowest daily candle close ever. I don't think it's going to end at 188 when it tests it again. I mean, it's going down there. Who's going to buy it? With the communist Chinese government? Are they going to? Probably not. So 188, I mean, you'll test it, but you going to long it, dude? Because to me, it's almost like what's really going on with it. I know it sounds crazy now. It always does. That's an 886. That's a lower high. So that means 1618. 1618 equals negative 47 cents. So at least a 1272. Target of 83 cents. A 1414. I don't even know if we can get there. A 1414 is 30 cents. Yeah, that seems fair. On IQ. Yeah. Okay. What about Stitch Fix? Come back to America. No, this is far-fetched. Whatever. Same thing. Same joke. Stitch Fix. Then FTCH. You know, they're close. Broke a formal support of sorts. Yeah, broke the swing low from October 2019 today. It may not seem like much, and I know it's been disrespected a lot, but you're back below it. Hey, it's kind of a bearish banded baby. You got in a weird spot. You know, this is a really weird spot for a bearish banded baby. But look, right there, right? You gap up, you create it's a bearish abandoned doji baby, pretty much. And then you gap down below it. So it's valid, I think. Let's see how that plays out. I mean, don't you think eventually this thing's going down to $6? Probably. Now, why not, man? We have if you haven't noticed, we have an ice age going on. I mean, we have a full reset of all these markets. Party City. Hey, man, that's a bullish harmonic right there, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder how well that's going to perform. How long it's going to perform, right? Yeah, it was there, though. Hey, we did it, man. You did it. Nice reaction. But you did dark cloud cover.
Do you think a cybersecurity event could mark the bottom?
Nick P. Oh, crypto hoarder, man.
Crypto_hoarder tip $25.71. KMX, please. Thank you.
Well,
0.0200000088.
I can't imagine CarMax doing well, dude. Carvana's crashing like that. CarMax probably just going to catch up. I can't believe it's still not where Carvana is, I don't think, yet, but maybe will be. And I don't know about cybersecurity event, meaning like massive hack of something. When you say could, I just got to be really clear that could Of course it could happen. But there are many things that could happen, Nick. Many things, countless things. And I just don't I don't know, man. It's such a if it exits the realm of traditional technical analysis, looking at assets that are hitting inflection points with bearish divergence, bullish divergence, or a harmonic or a Volkowski pattern, it's kind of like, you know, you flip your coin. It's not even a coin flip. It's like there's so many things that could happen to be the bottom. I do think we haven't capitulated yet on the stock market, and I think we will. I don't know when, though. Capitulation meaning like the bottom falls out. We're at a support and we just collapse. We break the support and we cut through it like a hot knife through butter. The VIX spikes to 40 and beyond. And I hate to say it, we get circuit breakers. When that happens, that's when if you want the Federal Reserve to panic and to pivot, I think it's going to require the markets melting down and crashing to where they have to intervene. Otherwise, we're going into a death spiral. None of that's happened yet. It hasn't even come close to that. They've done a very good job so far maintaining this bear market and keeping the VIX the entire year below 40. Not once has it touched 40 this year. So I think that's what's going to do it. That'll put the bottom in when the Fed pivots and their hand is forced. It's okay, Party City. We got a harmonic. Let's see how well it does with the dark cloud cover painted today. Gross, bad, terrible. Moderna down 8%. This is, I think, like right here, we were looking for a partial rise. It could be over already. It's so bad, man. Just think about how bad it is on Moderna's chart. Like the psychology of the buyers and sellers. It's so bad that this local high from September 12th is higher than the high we just received. And locally, you have a confirmation high. You have one high, then 4 days of trading. Then the fifth day, you confirm locally that, yeah, the top's in again. Bearish engulfing, and now follow through to confirm that bearish engulfing candle. And now just sitting right back at a support that should have been strong, has been strong, but with context, very real but subtle distribution identified. And after all that bullish divergence that was so real, it's clear underperformance. And I don't think 122 will hold for much longer. You go straight to 103. After that, good God, probably something like $56 or something. Yeah, $56 in the long term. I think that's where when things are all said and done, you eventually make it to an 886, $65. But, just below there are swing lows and highs there. Yeah. Very, very pathetic price action so far. It should have rallied a lot better than this, man. A lot better. So you better turn it around quick. Otherwise, you're breaking and you're going much, much lower. Discord doesn't work. The link doesn't. Is it expired? Not that hard to believe. Maybe. And I could go all day looking at these charts. I could. It's just been live an hour and a half. I mean, just another day, man. So I'll just leave you with a Bitcoin chart again, right? Oh yeah, we gotta go to CarMax. Yep, forgot. CarMax, and was that it? Yep. Yep, that's it. CarMax. CarMax with the K. It's like Kmart, but for...
Could natural gas be a bullish bet? Using that July low? We need a graveyard stream. Going to be a long time till we get spaceship, bread, key song again.
So anonymous. Well, we have at least the debut of a new character for the culture, our culture. In like 11 days. Or 12 days or something. Halloween. Yeah, you don't want to miss the Halloween stream. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be relevant and interesting and funny and kind of original. It's not going to be like a spaceship stream, but it's going to be pretty good. I think you'll enjoy it. Especially if you respect TA. You care about TA, you want to show up for the Halloween stream. Yeah. Old CarMax, here it is. Bro, I mean, no, there was more downside. There was more downside. It's down 5% today. It's now starting to hit this zone, a zone of support resistance. You can just plot it here. Is the chop zone. I mean, how well is it going to hold? It's probably going to react a couple days, a few days, if anything. And the way it reacts is going to be probably solely dependent on the index funds. If the index funds start crapping out, collapsing, none of this is going to matter. It's just going to cut through it and go to 43 bucks probably fast. Things already lost 78+% of its value. Yeah, it's in between the 786 and 886. The 886 is $51. I mean, I think you get that as a target for sure. But if you're hitting $51, you're probably going to 43 bucks. So it's a big old M shape developing, and it's just like over and over and over again. History repeats itself. How many M shapes we gonna get? What is value? Value is an 886 most of the time. So finally hitting some areas that kind of makes it like, what happened? Straight up and down and up and down and up. And guess what happened? Down, straight down. If it holds long enough, it goes straight up again. But again, the context is so bad, and you're not looking for the first time. You're looking for the second time it holds. And then you rally off that. But, okay, so we just hit it today. It was the lowest daily candle close on CarMax since April 6, 2020. Really, really, really bad. There are a lot that look like this. Some look way worse, actually. Yeah, I need to change my logo and all that stuff. Yeah, I'll do that after stream. Yeah, order man. Yeah, I know it's I know you're not in this. You're just curious about it, and I don't know, man. It's CarMax, and the car market's like imploding right now. You have like a genuine crash going on in the car market, and in certain markets you have a very undeniable crash going on in real estate. Again, it is dependent on the market, the local market, but in many of the places that had the highest bubbles, right, highest creation of the bubbles, like Phoenix and Houston and parts of California and Florida, you're talking about prices down 30% already year over year. 30%. Some or more. So yeah, I mean, you got huge price cuts happening every single day across many markets, most markets actually, even like the good ones that weren't so inflated and crazy. You're still getting good price reductions. No watermark. What are you talking about? Huh? No watermark. Dude, I can't believe this. It's like everyone's singing every song, dude. Holy crap. Hey, Bitcoin, come on, do it, man. Dump it like we know you should. It makes the most sense for Bitcoin to collapse soon, based on the price action we've been receiving lately. You don't see the watermark right now? I see it on my screen. Brad, am I being order Brad people mods? Am I being trolled here? You're telling me you don't see the watermark behind the chart right now? Because I do. Nope, not there. What? So weird. How can I see it but you can't? Let's see if we can try this. Can you see it now? Can you see the watermark now? Never mind, says extremely faint. Well, that was the point. It's supposed to be extremely faint. But what I tried to do was make it way less noticeable. All right, tell me if you can see it right now. Not then, but now. You can still see it now because I just made some changes. But I'm going to make it more subtle, though. Oh my God, not this Windows crap. I'm gonna make it lose some opacity. Can you still see it now? Barely now, but barely is the point. No. Almost not. This is so weird. I never have to do this because I can see everything that's on my screen. Now you can't. I just went to 70. It's perfect now. It's okay now. Okay. Well, dude, I mean, I did the stream, man. So it's like... All right, this went up like 13, 14%. Oh, this should be good, I guess, right? Weird. Yep, stream ruined. It's over, dude. Correct. Dude, look at Etsy about to collapse. You know Etsy's about to go to $73 again. When it's all said and done, Etsy's probably going to $37. Dude, it's Etsy, man. Square's going to Hades. Oh my God, dude. Look how bearish Square is. It's like, just short it. Stop loss, $60, man, right? I mean, I know earnings, though. You gotta be really careful about earnings. November 3rd, so you got a little time. But God, dude, the earnings is so stupid. It's like, you know how bad it looks. You know the technicals are perfect. Look how primed this is for a collapse to $34. Seems so probable. The only thing that would probably save it is earnings. Now, look at what you did yesterday. Market participants pushed the price to just formally backtest 59.46, which is old supports, as resistance, and now just gapping down and dumping down almost 6%. And again, where you are right now, the downside potential, in my opinion, when it's all said and done, when the dust settles in this terrible market, you can get another 36, 37% downside. You ready for that, man? All day I could go, man, on these scrubs. What about Penn Gaming? Oh, nice shooting star yesterday. That is now, it's a bearish abandoned baby too, in sorts. You gapped up, created a shooting star. So it's a bearish abandoned shooting star baby, kind of, right here. Oh my God, look. Again, now this is like what should be in textbooks. That is a bearish abandoned baby. Oh my God, it's so perfect. This is kind of, it's a little off, a little weird in weird context, but dude, you're getting it again. So effing bearish. And you know, you're below 36.85. You've already back tested as resistance. And the target on Penn Gaming is $17 in change, man. That's where I think you're going. Now, of course, you can come down and test $25 again. I think the hard target in time, 1740, 1770. So downside potential where you are right now. Like 38% more downside on Penn Gaming, man. Penn Gaming. It's ugly, but it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful because it's, you know, the trend, right? You know the way it works, right? The trend's your friend, bearish continuation patterns. And it just so happens the bearish continuation patterns, pattern completion zone happens to be at the key inflection point. That is art. That is artistic. That's Jesus levels. It's incredible, man. Like, that's what you would dream of. Short, put, something, and look at it now. And it's probably got way lower to go. You know something else so similar? Not perfect, and not like identical, but just go to IT, which is Gartner Incorporated. Gartner. Oh yeah, it's not gonna dump yet, man. It's gotta do something stupid. But dude, well-established downtrend, bearish harmonic, right? A peak, right? That high from August 2021, another peak from February 2022, another one from April 2022. Look at it. You first high, kind of up thrusted through it, sold off, you rallied, made a lower high distribution, and a perfect bearish back test. Look, the up thrust, the back test of the up thrust, the sell off, the lower low, and now a lower high. So you have a really strong bearish argument here for downside. It just hasn't come yet. Okay. But the target on IT is $222. And if you can even believe it, $197 and even lower. This is what dreams are made of. It's the same argument that Nvidia had before it collapsed, AMD had before it collapsed, Penn Gaming had before it collapsed, and now it's the IT. Now it's IT. What, Bitcoin? Oh my God, dude, it moved down $33. Oh no. Relax. Calm down. So here it is, man. What a beautiful, beautiful failure by the bulls to break a supply line, to break the 200 moving average, and you're rolling over. And the target is 840 to 850 billion. So another only 3+% downside on total market cap. That means if this is down 3%, then altcoins collectively be down 10% probably. So you better look out, man, because you've got targets and it's on total and it's much lower. And once that breaks, you've got to understand how royally effed this whole market is. And we're talking about 12.6% down, $109 billion in time. If you're patient, I think you'll get it. Let's go, Bitcoin. 19K and dropping. Let's go. Finally, my God. Finally, something happening. A little, at least a little bit. God. But the problem is, man, you go to the daily, and it's just doesn't even. Nothing's broken yet on the daily, right? Just I'm looking at the 4 hour kind of scaled in. But I think this is a big deal because on the 4 hour, you're taking out a low from October 16th that could have been the argument for a higher low. You're breaking that now, so it's really, really bad. But just remember the context. Context screams much lower prices. Yeah, without context, yeah, there's a harmonic with a type 2 return with bullish aversion to the daily. That's without context. With context, no one's buying. There's a buyer strike. And there's, I think, absorption of demand. When the absorption is complete, you will see a candle that, hey, I'll be back live probably for it. My concurrent viewership will double while it's happening. People will be scared. Chat will be lit. It will be hype. It'll be probably pretty fun because we all understand. Hopefully for the whole year, you understand how to be allocated in these market conditions to not be full on exposed to Bitcoin. UK 100. Ooh, look at that, man. UK 100. Good. Good. It should. Oh, and just another lower high, man. Let me go to my, what was my chart? Wanda? Yeah, dude. Talk about the UK 100. It's like IT. We just look at Gartner Incorporated. Well, you have the UK 100 that is Gartner on a larger scale. It is a textbook completed bearish bat pattern. Do you get like what happened? Market participants got so close to the all-time high, so close, but they couldn't do it. And now locally, it's confirmed they couldn't do it. 3 peaks, triple top. Triple top, you could literally call it a 3 falling peaks. That's fine. But it's all about 67.57. The buyers defended it last week. Okay. Here it is. But look left. You understand how important this is. Very, very, it's a 2007 high before the global financial crisis. Buyers are trying to defend that, though they were last week. When we test it again and break it, you got to know this is pandemonium. UK market collapses below 67.57. We have targets, hard targets, 54.70, 47.69. That's your UK 100. Have your alerts set up, dude, below that level, because when you hear the beep, you know the UK is crashing or about to crash. Oh, it's a crash beep. Bitcoin just hit its lowest price since October 13th, which is not like that crazy, but just saying. It looks very similar to the IT chart. Just like Luna and natural gas and some other chart. Someone was asking me about, was that a formal, hold on, let's see, about, natural gas. Let's go to UNG for anonymous. I forgot. Sorry, dude. Well, it was just most recent, so not sorry because I didn't technically forget it. He's like, is that a bullish bat? Well, again, bullish bat or bullish shark, whatever, that is at or pretty much has already exceeded the 886. You get that, right? This 88, if you're talking about bullish bat, July low, yeah. I mean, you could, again, it's not a very good spot to be trying to strategize a harmonic, a bullish harmonic, right? Because the run was so good, it could be already over. But yeah, I mean, but again, it's below the 886 now. From the low to the high, you're at a 97% retrace. No, it was completely violated, like it wasn't even there. And that doesn't happen that often. So I would be, what are you gonna do? Sure, maybe. But you better start reacting. You better start reversing. You better start creating double bottoms, inverse edge, something around here. But it's not. It's just collapsing. It's just dumping. It's at its lowest daily candle close since July 6th, multi-month lows. So I wouldn't be looking for a long on natural gas yet because it's done nothing to give me a reason to. Not yet, but maybe it's at a level to look at, anonymous, but that's about it, right? Yeah, certainly. I mean, no one's arguing.
There's bears out here.
Yeah. And? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know how you could be surprised, man, at all. Sorry, my electric blinds are batteries dying and they need WD-40, so I had to mute my mic for a sec. What was it? Yeah, Ethereum ticker was frozen. It's unfrozen now, but you can talk about getting ready to collapse. Look no further than Ethereum on the 4-hour. I'm telling you, man. The initial or the analysis earlier today of this asset, you know what's going on. It's very subtle. That's why you're here, right? We're talking about the subtleties of the peaks and the valleys because you can learn a lot. And we know there are less market participants involved with Ethereum, the asset, October 14th and yesterday than the days of October 6th, September 27th, September 20th. That's a terrible thing. If you want it to go higher, it's probably not. It's indicating you're about to probably drop to $1,020, which is the target anyway. It's been that way for like 2 months.
Hey Mitch, could you kindly run the TA over and also select a number between 1 to 35? Respect the TA.
Mr. Krista, do I tell you the number? Do I give you the number when I think of? I've already thought of it, dude. So just let me know. We can look at that as total is now at its lowest lows since October 13th as I'm speaking to you. Though Bitcoin has wicked up a little bit, total is just at its lows. Uh, 23. All right, I have it in only charts. What do you think my Patreon is? My Patreon is only charts. There's literally a thing like you're paying for an amenity called charts only in Discord. So it's charts only charts. We can maybe change the name to only charts or something. That'd be funny. Let's see. You talking about the Australian 200 or ASX.CHN? I typed that in, but there's a. I just will go to it. This chart specifically what you're talking about, but it doesn't. It's very, very bad. It's terrible. Yeah, GRT is dead, man. 3 cents soon. If you're patient, you'll get it. What? 3 cent GRT? Yeah, you'll get it. So here's your Australian 200. It was the first thing that generated when I, when I typed in ASX.CHN. Clearly have some level here. I mean, it was the high from 2018, valley from 2019. Somehow buyers are front running that level, which reminds me of like a Cardano. The fact that you're just making lower high, I don't care if you make the same low. You can make the same low all day. That's not enough to say the trend's reversed at all. I don't know how we would plot a channel on this. It'd probably have to be from the bottom to top. That seems pretty good because you go with the first anchor point, you go 1, 2, and 3, and you never adjust. If you never adjust that way, really, you pretty much, yeah, you up thrusted and failed. But the beauty is when you fell back below it and you up thrusted, right? Because this is like, you don't know, you didn't really know quite yet. This was right around the time we knew, at least on index funds, that it was completely over. The bull market was done. We're done with stocks being like long-term long. So, because you confirmed the top, it was way worse. Because like this triple topped really. Where the index funds didn't. They made their all-time high, and then these two peaks were lower than the last peak. So it's interesting how the Australian 200 didn't do that. It was a little more difficult, but at the same time, you did have, in hindsight, looking at it, a very real W shape that certainly played out like the Jesus, didn't it? It went higher than the 886 a little bit, but then right there turned into lower. And then what happened again later? Like another one. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, man, right? Just another bearish W before it reversed. And now there's obviously buyers defending 64.20. You've rallied off of that. You're still, and I was really trying to go into more about the supply line and why this might be the best way to look at it, because yeah, you violated it initially, but then you sold off, you back tested it, reconfirming its validity.
Arise, riders offended. Fell deeds awake. Fire and slaughter. Spear shall be shaken, shield be splintered, a sore day, a red day, ere the sun rises. Ride now, ride now. Ride to Gondor. Ride now, ride now. Ride to Gondor.
That's right, man. Don't give me chills. For King Theoden King, not King Theoden. You know what's interesting about, they call it Theoden King? Because evidently, Tolkien being a genius, like that's how they announce kings in like Nordic culture or Icelandic culture or something like that. Theoden King, or like whatever a name of like an Icelandic king would be, they would say, Icelandic king or king. Yeah, they would say it the opposite. Weird. Anyway, thank you, dude. So you got the back test. You reconfirmed its validity. So it's an up thrust and a back test of the up thrust. You sell off, you get the heart line, you rally, you test the supply line again, the initial one, right? Then you dump to the bottom, 1 and 2 down here. It hits the third and then ultimately rallies to test the supply line 3 different times, really? This has to be the way it's being interpreted by market participants. Because look, you think about it, again, 1, 2, and 3, your original touch points. And then you never touch it again. You never adjust. This is reality, right? You got so much respect, both sides, since then, right? So I guess we would look at it like that for now. So very much in a downtrend. You got to wonder if 68.80 is going to get back tested as resistance. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Look how many times it's been a resistance before. I think we have not back tested that yet. If you don't, that's testament to how effing bad this market is, but you can't be surprised that that might be the best awesome short entry or something like that if we can get there. But dang, man. So pretty beautiful on the AUS 200 if you're bearish. If you like bearish trends and bearish harmonics and stuff. Okay. Australia and 200 monthly kiss of death. Everything has the kiss of death, really. I don't really see anything. Oh yeah, unless you're talking about the monthly. Ooh, that's disgusting. Oh man, yeah, it's like 2 different monthly candle high closes. One from July 2019, another from January 2020 pre-COVID crash. Look how you've successfully back tested both now, like the Jesus. What was once resistance is now becoming resistance again. 11 days until that's confirmed. That's not what you want at all. God, no. The hard target's probably 5,700 eventually. If we're going into a real like recession, collapse, dark days. Yeah. This trend will continue. It's beautiful so far. I don't think anyone would argue with that. Did we just get a 60-minute close below 19K? Goodbye to Bitcoin, man. Top of the hour. I'm telling you, dude, it looks almost like, oh, we're testing it now, chat. We're testing the June 18th, which is Black Saturday. It will be in the history books as Black Saturday. You've just tested that level again. And we know if you're testing that this long, eventually, you know, this could be coming any day. Any day now, man. I'm not kidding. Collapse, Bitcoin dominance spikes, cryptos lose 10 to 30% of their value on that day. And it may be longer than one day. It could be more than one day. Because each candle represents 24 hours on this chart. You can barely even tell. It looks like a 4-hour, 60-minute chart looking, you know, from the past 30 days. So just be prepared for really bad things to happen to Bitcoin and crypto. Be prepared. Bulls had their chance. Remember that. They had their chance. Their argument was presented for 4 months, man. 4. And this was it? Oh yeah, we need lower prices. Because clearly there just weren't enough buyers. But maybe at 14K we'll get more buyers. Sorry, just doing something real quick. All right, chat. Very small majority. Only about 55, 56% of y'all said that the right angle ascending breading formation was going to play out, and then 45 to 40% of y'all said that we were going to break upwards on a shark. Context is important, because in another universe, it could have been an amazing setup, because this is how they play all the time. But in this context, the past month, you can't have any confidence in crypto. And it's especially important to know that the context matters, where you know the 2017 cycle top is just being regarded as resistance with lower highs. Just get ready, man. It's like the levee, man. The levee looks like it's about to break hard and nasty, but that's great. We can get Bitcoin at a lower price, man. Holy crap. Trying to stick around because we finally got some price action after the daily candle close. It hasn't been happening ever this whole year. It's just been, or at least the second half of the year, it's been terrible. Let's look at total real quick again, because very bad at the lows of the day, lowest low since the 13th. And you have a formal target of 840 to 850 billion. Exactly what you tested on the 13th. That's where you're headed next after a very real failed break of a supply line. What happens when you're in a downtrend and you hit the supply line? It's considered overbought. So crazy enough that total finally became overbought October 17th and 18th, my birthday, right? But it dumped and was technically close to oversold September 19th. But that's crazy, right? In the downtrend, it did nothing for months, right? Oh, I'm sorry, this was 31 days, an entire month from being almost oversold to now overbought in the downtrend, but being at the same price. Crazy, man. People can like total, but get them a body bag. Man, Ethereum too, about to be testing 1266. Once that fails, boom, 1223, boom, $1,020, $1,014. Get wrecked, bulls. It's whack, dude. It's good because, like, I don't know, man, right? I mean, what's bad for just normal people that don't care about what we teach and show, it's bad for most people. But for us, I think it's good. It's not good for me as a streamer and concurrent viewership and hype and building subs, but it's great for under the hood, which is traditional technical analysis. I think it's great for that. Deep crab. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that. I had not even begun to. If you do it this way, it could be. Oh my god, it is a deep crab. Oh, dude, Chad, I'm sorry. So doom and gloom, man. So negative, but it's like, uh-oh. A 1618 equals. Oh my god.
Ride now. Ride now. Kirby is Kang. Kirby is Kang. Go Dogs. Ride now. Ride now. Stetson Bennett to Brock Bowers. Spike that ball in the end zone and stuff.
Y'all better beat Tennessee. Please. Beat Tennessee. So we can face you in the title. And then we beat you. Alabama beats y'all. And then we have 3 teams in the playoff and make the entire country's head explode. That would be hilarious. Lose a close one. I don't know. I don't care. Blow them out, man. Blow them out so they get left out with 1 loss to Bama. That'd be hilarious too. But yeah, here it is, man.
Here's your deep crab. Since it's a deep crab, we'll make it bright red because it's cooked and well prepared deep crab. Big yikes here, man. Meets all the criteria. Now one wave down. What's 12,875? Oh, it just happens to be the daily candle high close from June of 2019. The finishing touch of the perfect bullish Gartley. Turned into what? A bearish cipher pattern. Played out like the Jesus man. So that's like the target. If you care about, I don't know, did Scott Carney bring this up at all or anything? Because could be fatal to Moon Boys. That means if this played out and hit the actual pattern completion zone, talking about 32% downside potential on Bitcoin right here. Well, someone let Scott know, man, what we have found in the world today. I think it's just a cool idea until we break B, which is 18,565. So I think you got another $500 before you're breaking the B point for real. Good God. Who summons the... Wow. Beautiful nuke, the black cubes. Fantastic if you're watching. Love it. Wow. I love it, man. Sauron's so triggered, bro. All right, so I guess we can just leave you with that, Zen. I mean, if we start really collapsing, I'll try to come back. But dude, it's just like, what do you want from me, man? Just being here every day gets tougher and tougher with this lack of volatility. But what I know from history is if you just wait a little bit longer, when you feel this way, it's coming. This big move's coming, man. It was so similar. I just remember, I'll never forget. Like, it just burns in your mind because when you're participating, like right here, this, after that last rally in July 2018, it was the same type of situation where it's like, okay, big drawdown, then just stuck, only making lower highs quietly. And then just one day, November 14th, 2018, collapsed. You broke supports, made the lowest levels really since October 2017, and then you just followed through and lost 55% of your value in 5 weeks. It just, the price action is getting so similar to that right now. And that sport we just looked at is the sport we're looking at now, right? I mean, in ways, kind of so. 4 years ago, dude, it's crazy to believe. I can't even believe it, man. Be careful out there. You know what's coming, probably. Not certainly, but probably. And the only thing to make you start asking questions again is if or when Bitcoin gets above $19,891.99. When that happens, we might have a chance. It would be Jim Carrey saying, so you're saying there's a chance when we get above that level. But until then, no, I'm saying there's not even a chance below these levels. Futures going down. Meh. I mean, yes, they are out the gate, but not by much. It's only down 0.73% right now.
But I'll tell you this, you know, talking about awful so far, and I know it can change. But you know, oh man, are we confirming a bottom? Well, guess what you've just now possibly done if you catch follow through and it ends up like this. You get how it's very subtle. But we're talking like another lower high? No way. And then just after you think, oh man, we're confirming a bottom at a support, but then you give us a lower high tweezer top and you're talking like this or this next. I'll be fooled. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Just know we got possibly coming here. It's nasty. So Jim Carrey, thanks, man. All right. So thanks for coming out. Appreciate the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Session Top Jesus, Crypto Hoarder, permanently. Thanks y'all for supporting the channel, even in these really crappy market conditions. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
Retro stream. Flashing lights with tips and Mitch with his beard.
We have flashing lights and we have tips, but no
Though here
beard.
at Journey's End I lean darkness buried deep, beyond all towers strong and high, beyond all mountains steep, above all shadows rides the sun and stars forever dwell. I will not say the day is done, nor bid the stars farewell.
Thank you, Samwise Gamgee. A beautiful quote, man. Kings, dude. Kings. Return of the King.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you never walk alone.
Do you know the way?
Thanks so much for the walk off, man. Thanks so much, man. Connor, man, the walk off, man. Thank you.
Price gonna dip.